Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 1 or option 1, however you made your way here, welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. Today's reading is going to be, I'm trying to make it more broad in my head, and it's not that hard, but I wanted to get into cutesy things. We still can. So basically the topic is, how do you turn people on? But I wanted it to be like your next person or your person or whatever. But to make it, for people who aren't just worried about the people that they're with and everyone, we'll just make it broader and talk about everybody, I guess. But you know what it's about for real. Okay, on the low. Anyway, we're gonna get into it. Let's get into it. I wanted to use these daily crystal cards. I don't use them enough, honestly, but they can provide a lot of different things, because as you can see, they give you a little sneak peek of all the cards on the back, and all these cards have different characteristics, or these crystals have different characteristics and looks about them, so they can tie into certain things about you. So we're gonna start with these cards today. Okay, give it one more shuffle. There's already one card here that I'm being drawn to, so we'll see if it comes out for you. If not, I'll still give it a little shout out. But please, Spirit, tap into the energy of group ones, and how do they turn people on, or their person specifically, their next person, their now person, their past person. Ooh, some of y'all are getting crazy, huh? Okay, did it come out? It didn't. Oh man, we have Tiger's Eye. Overcome your fears. So there's something, okay, so I'm getting a lot of brown from you guys. Okay, so very earthy, but there's something specific. Like Tiger's Eye was one of the first crystals I was ever introduced to, because first of all, practical magic, you know what I mean? My mom loved the movie. She would always have it around, and we'd always play it back to back, even though that scene, you know the scene where the guy's in the garden and the daughter's like, who's that guy in the garden? I think his name was John something. He terrified me. I still watch the movie. I just covered my eyes, right? Jillian, the sister in the movie, the bad one, the troublesome one, talks about Tiger's Eye. I forgot my Tiger's Eye. And that's how she gets back in the car and gets roughed up by the guy, right? So Tiger's Eye was one of the first crystals, without me even knowing it, that I was introduced to as a child. And then the older I got, that's one of the more popular ones. It's so pretty, right? So you're just pretty, you're interesting to look at. That's something coming through, okay? There could be something something specifically about your eyes, but they could be a nice, this is like yellow, gold, brown, a little I was gonna say ruby. No, what is it called? Amber is the word I was looking for. Like amber color. There's some black coming through here, so your eyes could be really pretty, like chocolate, brown or amber or whatever. And then we have smoky quartz giving the same color, so it's coming through with that. How people say the big brown eyes, and they're used to not seduce people, but to get people to do whatever they want. Just think of the Puss in Boots eyes from the Shrek movies, where they kind of glitter and glow, and that's how people, how he gets people to fall under his prey, because he's supposed to be some master assassin, but he's just a cutesy cat at the end of the day, okay? But that's coming through for you guys, your eyes. That's how you turn people on, right? But there's a twinkle in them, if that makes sense. I think I actually have. I can't even cap or lie. There is one person, he's called Voldemort in my life, but he had the prettiest eyes, y'all. They're this gray blue, and they would sparkle. Oh Lord, he was dangerous. Yes, he was. But we're not talking about him right now. There are people whose eyes actually sparkle, right? Or they're just really pretty. And you're just oh, okay, that's coming through. Then we have smoky. So maybe your eyes get smoky, because smoky quartz is always a little spicy, right? Smoky quartz, come on now. So smoky, so maybe you're just, smoking hot, you're a smoke show, whatever. I didn't even know people actually use that word to describe someone until I met someone who actually uses that. He just used it to describe someone he knows. Just smoke show. I'm huh? People actually use that? But, anywho. So you're a smoke show, essentially. Or if you don't know what a smoke show means, someone who's very attractive, okay? Anywho, we have smoky quartz, and it says let it go. Maybe some of you have a little bit of a punk rock theme to you, because this came out in yesterday's reading, and the song that came with it was Set It All Free from the Sing movie. And the girl's like a porcupine who's played by Scarlett Johansson. And you know, porcupines are very cute, right? But their quills are there to protect them from people who would try to think that they're defenseless because they're so cute, right? So she like had like a really hardcore song in the movie, Set It All Free. So you can have like a really rock or punk chic or whatever vibe to you. Whether you think you do or not, that's something about that turns people on. Maybe you're like spunky, or you know what I mean. I don't want to say combative, because combative can be seen as a bad thing, but you're definitely someone who can't be pushed around very easily, you know? Hardcore is the word that's coming through, okay? So we have that coming through for you guys. But this brown is repeating itself. So there's something here about like brown skin, brown eyes, brown hair, brown something, okay? And I'm also hearing that song by Beyonce, Brown Eyes. I don't know who she wrote the song about. I don't like to think she wrote about Jay-Z, but to each their own, right? But there's something here about your brown eyes tell your soul. I believe that's what she says in the song. Let's see if the internet is working today. It be acting up sometimes. It's not looking like it is, but the song is like, his brown eyes tell his soul. So your soul kind of like comes through in your eyes. And of course, it's not working. Sabotage. But yes, brown eyes are coming through, but your eyes showing through your soul. And that could be why your eyes sparkle, because your soul is very sparkly and shiny. Now I'm seeing freaking, what's his name, Edward, where he's like, this is the skin of a killer. Oh my gosh, I can't. I love Edward, but that scene was so ridiculous. Sir, please. But his skin is like sparkling in the sunlight. So you know people who you see who just like, they have that. Some people don't even use oil, honestly, which is just so like amazing to me. Their skin just glows. It has like a healthy glow to it, right? That's what's coming through. So you could have like underlying shine or sheen or whatever to your skin that makes you very attractive or turns people on. Like your skin looks like so moisturized. Yeah, that's what's coming through. And there's like this one specific video. You know those people who go around and like prank people? Like it was like a freaky snowman. I don't know. Like there's some page like that on Facebook that they post videos where they go around and like the guy's like standing stock still and they think he's like a prop or inanimate object, but then when they pass by, he moves and the people run. In this specific video, I'm not sure if it was a snowman or not, but it was a guy in a bush. Yes, it was a guy in a bush. And this black girl was walking by. She was like giving queen, empress vibes. Her hair was herring, had the fro, and her skin was just like glowing. And I'm like, girl, what lotion, oil, what are you using? But the guy like, I think moved in the tree and she like went ham. Like she was punching and attacking. She was on defense mode, child. Okay. And like she hit him and then she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Not knowing why she's apologizing because he scared her. But her skin is like was so glowy in that video. I'll never forget it. That's what's coming through for y'all as well. Anything else? And then so it's funny because the crystal that I was telling you guys that I was being called to in this, you know, array of crystals was the spirit quartz. I think that's what it's called, the spirit quartz, and it shines and sparkles. And then I was seeing Edward glistening in the sunshine, y'all. Oh my goodness. But I think it's called spirit quartz. There's also, I moved one card and we have clear quartz and it's kind of like glittering at the top. So there's something here about shiny. Now I'm hearing freaking, oh my gosh, what's the guy? Chip Skylark from Fairly Odd Parents. My shiny teeth and me. Yeah, so you could have like shiny teeth. That could be something that glows or shines on you as well. My shiny teeth and me. Interesting. I'm trying to find the crystal for, you know, to show you guys. Or to see if it's actually called spirit quartz. How much, if it's about the top, yo. Like, there's only so many crystals left. Where is it? Oh, it's angel aura quartz. So you have an angel aura to you, right? Look at that. That's the card that I was seeing. But I think there is a card called like spirit quartz that glitters as well. Because there's a reason why I said spirit quartz. But we have spirit and then we have angel. Is there that much of a difference? Spirit, angel, they're all in the same realm, right? Okay. The 5D. Let me stop. Anywho. something about you glows and glistens, right? So maybe you like to wear sparkles on you, literally, like, you know, you wear shiny eyeshadow or highlighter, you know what I mean? I'm seeing, like, I think it's Trophy Wife, the highlighter that Rihanna released when she first got into makeup that had everybody in a chokehold. They would put it on and it would just like shine and glow. So a highlighter on your face, you know, or like I said, your skin has natural highlights to it, you know? Anywho, now we have this more dark card, which is I'm excited to get into, tourmalinated quartz. Okay, and it says get out of your own way. I'm trying to remember the girl. There's like a specific character coming through, and I'm pretty sure it was from Hannah Montana. It was like this girl who had like, she wore all black everything. She wore like black lipstick. She was the bully in the episode. And she would like look at somebody and everybody would like go scurrying and running. It was either Hannah Montana or it could have been That's So Raven or even, what's the other show? Lizzie McGuire. One of those shows, there was like a really like goth girl who had like all black lipstick and she would like beat up people for their lunch money. That is what I'm thinking of when I'm seeing this card here. It's also kind of giving me spider webs. It's also kind of giving me Wednesday Addams. So that vibe could be your vibe coming through. Or you just have that intimidating, non-blinking kind of stare. And that is like taking us back to your eyes. So your eyes are just always there. Maybe the whites of your eyes could be really like prominent. That as well could be coming through. But let's see what else comes through for y'all. These are just the crystals. We haven't even gotten into tarot cards, child, Lord. But how do you turn people on? Your spunky personality. There's something about this that's kind of scary, but also very intriguing, okay? So your eyes can be, you know how, there's a specific set of eyes. And this is, okay, I'm getting a lot of things. Just bear with me. There's a specific set of eyes that when you look at them, they're kind of scary. That's what's coming through for you. And then I was being reminded of a video on social media of this guy who has like those really bright gray, blue, like almost like translucent kind of eyes. And he was like doing a video and he was walking in the park and there was this lady who was passing by him, and when she saw his eyes, she like screamed, like she yelped and then kept running. So she was like, yeah, and then she kept running by him. That's kind of what's coming through for you guys. You could have that kind of stare that spooks people, which is why we have this tourmalinated quartz coming through representing the spooky, scary season or webs or, you know, all black kind of thing, you know. So when people see your eyes, it's kind of like spooky, scary, and they could like yelp, you know what I mean? In terror or amazement, who knows? But your eyes keep coming through. So you turn people on with your eyes, your look, when they get smoky, when they get scary, when you're upset. Like they're very expressive, I guess we could say. Okay. Also we have let it go and get out of your own way. There's something here about you being able to let things go quite easily. You don't really hold on to much. And that's also something that seems to be very attractive about you, that you don't hold grudges. You don't really let anybody get in your way. You don't even get in your own way. And that's very attractive to certain people. And then we have overcome your fears. So all of these kind of like tie into each other, right? Overcome your fears, let it go, get out of your own way. You're someone who doesn't let anything or anyone hold you back, not even yourself. Now let's see what comes through with the tarot cards. How do you turn, or why do you turn people on? There is something very scary about you. Like I'm hearing beyond scared straight. When people need to get their behind kicked or get their, you know, touch back in action, you know, get themselves together, they know who to come to, right? It's going to be you. Okay, so you're kind of like the scary teacher or the scary friend, the scary person that everyone goes to like get back in line, you know, because the show Beyond Scared Straight is about kids who are off the, you know, they're off their rocker, essentially. They're doing things they're not supposed to do. They're not listening to authority. They're not listening to their parents. And then their parents, like, I bet they send them on that show to hopefully get scared straight by people who are somewhat uncivilized, somewhat separated from the rest of society. They have been put in prison, okay, because of things that they did. But the effect of being around people who are just rotten makes everyone even more rotten, you know, for being in that area. So it's like a bunch of savages. You're throwing your innocent kids in with some savages and they like scare their kids back to life. So maybe there's like a savage streak to you, you know. Now I'm hearing savage. I'm a savage. Okay. That song is coming through. Is it called Savage? I'm pretty sure it's like Beyonce is featured on the Megan Thee Stallion song. You know what I mean? So maybe you could also be from like Texas. I do believe both Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion are for Texas, or maybe you're like homegrown, home fed like them, because they are very like not built or muscular, but very meaty women. They have like meaty bodies. They like have like a muscularness to them, but it's feminine, right? For Megan, it's like the big booty, the big boobies, like, but her stomach is like not thick, paper thin, skinny. There's muscle to it. There's tone. Yes, you're toned, okay? So you can have like very toned thighs, you know, toned calves is coming through. It's kind of like statuesque, very beautifully built body, and it's like homegrown, you know, people who you see who are like skinny, but there's like a thickness to them as well. So slim thick is coming through, or just thick, right? Okay, period. Anywho, and it's funny how they both came through in that one song. They're both kind of given the same body type, you know, stacked, double stacked on a Sunday morning. In the booty area, in the boobs area as well. Beyonce grew as she got older. She was never like all boob, but like when she had her kids, they became more full, right? So anything from a C cup beyond, okay? I'm not sure what Megan's is. I can't, from looking, I think she's like a double D at least. You know what I mean? She has a lot of titty on her, okay? And it's all natural, child, period. She just tones it up a little bit by working out to make it more, you know, less. To make it more or less. That's funny. Anywho, let's get into tarot cards. So your body, your eyes, okay? I'm seeing glossy lips. My lip gloss is popping. My lip gloss is cool. So maybe your lips are always moisturized. You're just giving a black Nubian queen is what I'm hearing specifically, which is very, you know, ridiculous, but it's coming through. My group ones, please, Spirit. My group ones. What about them turns their person and or people on? What about them? Are these cards all coming out in reverse? That don't piss me off. The Eight of Pentacles, working hard. So maybe you're someone who works out to keep their body in shape, and that's something that turns your person on, because it's like you actually care about, you know, how you look, and you don't let anything get in your way of working out and making your body the best that it can be. That's quite attractive. You can eat healthily as well, or you're just a hard worker. You work hard and put your all into everything that you do, because the Eight of Pentacles is about mastery, and it means you master the people you're around, you master your craft, you master anything you actually like dabble in or put your mind to, and that's something that's very attractive as well. We also have the Hermit card coming through here, so maybe you're more reserved nature, and that can kind of come through with this terminated quartz, the way the darkness, the webs, the spooky vibe that you kind of give off. There's something that's like leave me alone about you that makes people want to know you even more. Maybe you're a little more quiet, more reserved, or you just keep to yourself. You don't have to be quiet at all. Because I feel like when people always say, oh, you're so quiet, it means either I don't like you or I don't feel comfortable enough to be my goofy self, you know? So maybe you know how to tone it back, dial it back. You don't have to be like fully on or loud or the loudest person in the room, but there's still some attention to you. Like it's giving Beyonce, where she's very beautiful, but she doesn't talk a lot. She doesn't do interviews, and she did it once upon a time. Now she's like, no, I'm no longer giving you access to my life. She's very private as well, you know, someone who is giving spiritual vibes. When she came out with that Renaissance and like, you know, acclaimed herself or proclaimed herself a daughter of, crap, her name just came and left. Don't piss me off. Oh my gosh. Don't do that. What is the goddess, the African goddess? Oh, that's so annoying. And she's right there on the tip of my tongue. I'm hearing Persephone though. You know, you could be like, and she is the goddess of like fall, the harvest. She's also the goddess of the underworld, because she, you know, she doesn't rule it, but she's the wife of Hades in Greek mythology. What is her name? It starts with an O, I feel like. I'm so mad. Oh, Oshun, period. You thought I was you thought I was feeling you? Ice Spice, please remove yourself from this reading. You thought I was feeling you? That nigga a munch. Like, stop playing. Anywho, sorry. Yes, Oshun, okay? She proclaimed herself a daughter of Oshun, and they are known for being very beautiful, very creative. They're like blessed in all kinds of areas. You know, everyone wants to be a daughter of Oshun. Of course, not everybody is one, but she, I think, went the official route and was proclaimed by like an Ifa priest or something like that, was as a daughter of Oshun. And that's kind of coming through as well. Creativity, song, music, a muse of sorts, you know? You inspire and you are also inspired. Ugh, period. That sounds so you inspire, but you're also inspired, right? So yeah, you are the muse, but you gain inspiration from other people as well. But you work really hard. You could be a little bit of a perfectionist as well, because if we're going on the example of Beyonce, you know what I mean? She is very much a perfectionist, which we saw, and funnily enough, in her Renaissance, like behind the scenes, where we saw her, like, if it's not good, like I think she was getting ready for her, was it the Super Bowl performance or just her tour? She let us in behind the scenes, and she used to be, saw how serious she is. We always knew she was like very perfectionist, because Virgo, of course, but she says it, if it's not up to my standards, it's not being released. That could be something that you do that turns people on. You're very perfectionist about your work or about being the perfect partner. Like, you dot your T's and you dot your I's and cross your T's. You're not leaving anything left unchecked, unmarked, untouched, unfulfilled, right? So you fulfill all their desires in a way. You work very hard to make sure the people in your life and the work that you do is like up to your standards, and the people who you are with appreciate that. And it's very attractive to be like bask in someone who's like supposed to be the sun, 𝐓𝐡𝐮𝐬𝐢. You're basking in her sunlight. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I feel like it was the same channel where someone corrected me for how to pronounce it. But I think someone's like, it's like the moon, 𝐓𝐡𝐮, right? And that's how I remember it, but I could be wrong, who knows? But we have the Hermit card, and Hermit is Virgo, so funnily enough, Virgo was actually coming through. So whether or not you are someone who keeps to themselves, you're very shy or reserved, you hold back, you speak very quietly, so people like stop talking to hear what you have to say. That's how rare it is for you to talk or proclaim something. Whenever Beyonce drops an album, we're all sat and listening to what she has to say, right? She was on tour, everyone's feeding and hopping, skipping to get some tickets. Her tours are always sold out, child. Like, what do you mean? It's like when you talk, people listen, and that's also very attractive. So it's kind of getting a little bit leader, but we haven't had any cards that proclaim that. You know what I mean? But I also love how we have this brown gold theme going on, and that's like Beyonce's like signature hair color. She likes to stay with the light brown, the blonde, the lighter colors of the spectrum when it comes to hair, right? And that's kind of what you guys can be coming to as. You could have blonde hair, you have like highlights where it's like brown with streaks of lighter blonde in it, and just like dirty blonde. Like, there's a bunch of different colors in there, That's very attractive as well. So your hair is kind of coming through. It doesn't matter the length, the texture, the colors was coming through. It could be like very vibrant, a nice vibrant brown, Let's see what else comes through. How do you turn people on? Your skin is also coming through. Look, we have the freaking sun. As I was saying, 𝐓𝐡𝐮 is like, I think she's like the goddess that like represents like the sun. You know what I mean? But you're very much in the spotlight. You're visible, is what I'm saying. So whenever you're in the room, people are looking at you and like, oh, you're attractive, or you know what I mean? People like flock to you. You're like a flame, and people are moths to the flame. So for people who are around you or with you romantically, it's very attractive to be with someone who is so sought after and wanted, right? That's what's coming through for you guys. At the bottom of the deck, we have death, and that is that intense energy coming through. Like, you guys are giving me that group that came through in the, I think it was group 2 in the reading, where I was like, what do people notice most about you? Like, on this card, I remember the spread specifically. We had death over here, we have the sun over here. Like, your style was coming through here, but also your intensity was coming through over here. So you can have a sunny disposition, but you also have moments of being more dark and broody and moody kind of vibe. So you're like giving everything someone could want. You're giving moody if they're in for a moody vibe, or they're giving sunny if they're in like a sunny vibe. But you're someone who's highly visible, someone who's very attractive. People love looking at you. You're very stylish, and they love being the prize that you have claimed, right? It's not even they're claiming you. This is giving me very feminine energy. Men want you to fight for you, is kind of giving. Who was the girl everyone was fighting for? It wasn't Joan of Arc. I think it was Cleopatra. One of them had a child. The men were like literally going to war. I think it was Joan of Arc as well. It could have been, I'm not sure, but Cleopatra was like, they started wars for her, the face that launches wars and warships, and men fight to possess and have by their side. That's the kind of energy coming through. Like, yes, you're giving feminine, but you're giving a feminine that, influences war, or like, enhances the more masculine in other people, so they feel even more masculine around you because you're so delicate and feminine, right? You're not holding the door, you're waiting for the man to come open your door, and then he's like, okay, yeah, I gotta step up and dress to impress, and I gotta go and open her door and buy her flowers and dote on her kind of energy. So you kind of bring out a spoiling factor to the men or women that you are around, because you're so pretty is the vibe that I'm getting. Even if you're masculine, you're giving like very pretty boy, very pretty masculine energy that girls just want to, they love to, you know, the Chris Browns, the Trey Songz, the Marios, you know what I mean? You would have like a nice voice as well, because I'm saying all these singer guys, you know? So singing is coming through. So for example, the best of the best when it comes to female singers, Beyonce. The best of the best when it comes to male singers, Mario, Chris Brown. Like, I want to say Trey Songz now, but he bringing the cute with him. He bringing the pretty boy with him. Okay? That's the kind of vibe coming through. So maybe your voice as well, the way you sing and, you know, the things you say. Like I was saying, when you talk, people stop and listen, okay? That's the vibe coming through for you guys. But I love how we have like more subdued factors with more outgoing factors. So your work ethic is definitely something that turns people on, okay? Your job could turn people on, whatever it is that you do, okay? The attention that you receive also turns people on. We have Virgo coming through, we have the Leo coming through, and then we have Scorpio coming through. What a mix of things. But Scorpios can't help but be magnetic because they're so mysterious. So you could also have like a mysterious vibe to you, and that is perfectly paired with this whole quiet, subdued, you don't really talk much, you come, do your job, and go home. No one knows anything about your life, and people love that turns them on. They want to know more, they want to push, they want you to open up to them and just them, because you can open up to just anybody. It's a vibe coming through, right? They want to win your affection, period. But there's a spooky vibe coming through, because these two cards came out like right next to each other for a reason. This scary, spooky background. Is the light on? Then why does it not seem like it's lighting up properly? Sometimes I feel like it looks better with the light off. But anyway, it's funny because light is coming through. Like your light shines on things, and sometimes people are like, is it too bright? Right? I don't think for the people you're with, but some people, you know? Because we have the sun and all the beautiful sun rays. Your warmth could be coming through as well. You know what I mean? But there's something royal about you, because Leo is royalty, you know? They're the lion, right? And lions are all about their, like the literal group of lions are called a pride. So your pride could be something that's also very attractive or a turn on, how you hold yourself to certain standards, things like that. The Hermit also represents always seeking betterment of yourself. You always want to be better. You always want to be evolved. You're always learning. You're always becoming someone better and, you know, healing yourself. You know what I mean? You're always introspective. You're very in tune with yourself. And all those things are very sexy to people. Okay. Ooh, I like your reading here. I like it. Okay, baby, I like it. The way you move on the floor. So maybe you're a good dancer as well. Oh, yes, I like it. Come on and give me some more. I Like It is coming through by Enrique Iglesias. I think it's Pitbull. Fiesta forever. Yeah, I like it the way you move on the floor. But this brown keeps pulling me in. So there's something here about like your brown skin, brown eyes, brown hair with highlights in it. Copper is also coming through. I'm also being called to, or it's very funny how lions also have that very brown, coppery thing to them. And Leos are known for their hair. You know, Leos are known for the fullness of their hair, the, you know, length, the not the width, excuse me, the texture of their hair. It's very wild, you know. And now I'm hearing young, wild, and free. So you got like a very young, wild, and free energy about you as well. I see if I don't stop now, I can just keep going. This is my problem. Let's keep going, get some cards from this deck and see what else comes through for you guys. So you're mostly warmth and charisma, but there's like a little mysterious, dark, you know, freaky side to you, right? Whether it's because you are interested in all things occult and ghosts and monsters and evil and, you know, stuff like that, the occult, right? Tiger's eye, crystals, spirituality, dark night of the soul, vibes like that. Because you have the Hermit card coming through, which is very much giving the spiritual person who's always like trying to get better, be better, do better, learn more, right? So your thirst for knowledge can be important as well. But it's also kind of giving the girls who are with the crystals and astrology, they're also pretty scary because like they know things that they shouldn't know, right? Their little guys kind of tend to shy away, but it's because they don't know better, right? But they're still intrigued, right? Which is why guys are intrigued by girls who are like toxic, right? Or something like that. But I'm not saying you're toxic, because here we have pleasure seekers. It's funny how I knew this card was going to come out in this reading period. I wasn't sure what group, but I felt it. We have pleasure seekers. So you're someone who knows how to have a good time, or people seek you for pleasure, right? The wink, wink, shove, shove. Anyway, let's go back in the Fool. My group ones, please, spirit, my group ones. What about them turns their person or people on? Their stare. Look, this sun always gives me the most seductive. Like, look at how the sun is looking at us. Like, it looks so, like, yes. Like, the eyebrow raised, the intense stare is giving, I'm better than you, and you know it. Oh, you guys are quite the person, right? It's giving about. See, I'm not even gonna say it, y'all, because it keeps coming through. You better drop to your knees and bark like you want it. Vibes is coming through for you guys. That's the stay you're giving people. Like, excuse me. I'm getting big Olandria vibes in this group as well. I wanted to say it earlier, but I don't want to keep mentioning her. There was like 1 or 2 readings that I just got crazy about the whole Nicolandria thing, but she's coming through. She has like very much like RBF stare, you know, rich stare, refined stare. You make anything look rich and elevated, you know what I mean? She just has like a very like pointed face and bone structure to her. Like, there's a reason why she's called the Bama Barbie. She's giving Barbie vibes, you know? So her looks are very prominent. And she also is sold the big juicy booty and the big titties. So that's coming through once again, with everything else being more toned. Those are the only things that are like prominent, right? Like I said, for you guys, you could also be bigger around the edges as well. You could have like a tummy, but a big booty and thighs and whatever. But it's definitely giving the more feminine parts of you are like pronounced, you know, exaggerated. It's kind of like giving a caricature where people are like, how can the titties be that big but the waist is non-existent? Excuse me, right? And you could be someone who's bigger, who has like a small waist as well. People are like, oh, you're shaped really well for someone who has more meat on your bones kind of energy, right? To include everybody. For men, it's kind of giving you could like have a lot of meat on your bones, but it how can I say it, distributes well on your body, so it's not like overwhelmingly in one spot, right? And then we have a gift, so you're definitely coming through as a gift as well. So yeah, people just like enjoy being around you. People enjoy your presence. They enjoy your wisdom. They enjoy the banter. They enjoy just looking at you, right? And this gift is very much giving very Leo. Like, my gift is a presence. You should be glad that I'm here, or even talking to you vibes, okay? Group 1, please, spirit. Last card. What about them turns people on, or their person on? There's a specific stare. You guys are dangerous, like I said. I'm hearing from my guys, Boris, Brainless, Gaston. So you can be built like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. That Boris, Brainless, Madame Gaston, can't you just see it? Madame Gaston, his little wife. Oh, no sir, not me, I guarantee it. Anywho, yeah, that song was coming through, so you guys could look like Gaston, right? Brawny. And then we have Scholar, or maybe not. But I feel like yes. So Scholar is this always this thirst and this seeking of knowledge, this thirst for knowledge is coming through. You seek, it's like you seek and you shall find. That's something you're always doing, looking for better, growing, becoming, reading, immersing yourself in new experiences is the vibe coming through. And that's very attractive. And you bring people with you. You're not just learning something and, you know, your friend group has no idea what you've been learning. No, you're someone who's learning something and bringing it back to the friend group and bringing it back to your partner. Like, hey, I learned this new thing, a better way to, you know, deal with your stress, or a better way to wash your clothes, or, you know, a better way to do this, a better way to do that. And you're bringing it to people and helping them better themselves as well. So it's like you're a good influence on people, right? You make them better, you know? You make me better, you make me better. That song is coming through. And there's also a song like I Like Me Better When I'm With You is what's coming through. I Like Me Better is a song by Lauv, Lauv. But you make me better. You make me better. Is that Mario? I don't know whose song that is, but that song was coming through. You make me better. You make me better. But I like me better when I'm with you, and you make me better. That's also a huge turn on. People become better for knowing you, for being around you, for loving you, for being in a connection with you, whatever you want to call it, okay? And scholars, that's what I mean. Like, you're teaching people things. You're not just, you know, having sex with them. You're not just kissing them. You're, like, elevating their mind, elevating their body. They're eating healthy. They want to be better for you, essentially, right? That's essentially what's coming through for here, for you, while you turn people on. This is beautiful. Also, maybe your friend group could be also really attractive. You have like really good friends around you. And I kind of feel like someone who is as self-aware as you would have good friends around them, because you're not going to have crappy people in your friend group and then claim to want to better yourself and be this grand person. So just kind of giving, you have really good people around you as well. So yeah, you could also like wear very expensive, extravagant things, because we have all these like jewelry coming through. But it's definitely giving you're the gift, you're the prize kind of energy, and that's what's attractive about you, okay? With a little spike of like weirdness, differentness, alternativeness there. So you're kind of like the person who is like the preppy girl who also rocks out to emo music as well. You have like eclectic taste is what I'm hearing, okay? But I'm gonna leave your reading right here because I could keep going, like I said. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. I'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2 or option 2, however you made your way here, welcome. Today's reading is going to be about how do you turn people on. I wanted this to be specifically about like your person, your next person. How would you specifically turn them on? But I realized if I make it more general, it could still be about that, right? So how do you turn people on? That's what's coming through. If you want it to be about a person, go ahead, be my guest. That's what I intended it for it to be about. But if always, I want to make it more broad so more people can watch. So how do you turn people in general on? You can definitely narrow it down to your person, your next person, your past person, whoever you want it to be about, y'all. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start off with the daily crystal inspiration. These were very like not talkative, but they were very helpful for group 1, and I wasn't expecting it. But the crystals do give you like a lot of information about like looks or just energies, vibes, because every crystal has their own look, energy, and vibe, right? Okay, so for my group 2s, please, Spirit, what about them turns people on, please? What about them turns people on? Your cards are like being a little bit more stubborn. So maybe your stubbornness. Okay, I know you're gonna give me something. That's all I know. Group 2, because I'm like, don't play with me. Thank you. Your stubbornness is coming through though. And then we have make a decision. I don't want all these cards. Can I get one more, please? Spirit, just one more for my group. We have appetite. Maybe your appetite is very attractive. We also have celestite, which is soothing your soul, and we have bloodstone, get up and get moving. I kind of feel like that vibe was already coming through for you, so there's no need to have the cards on the board. But like there's something very bold about your look, very not standoffish, that's the word that's trying to come through. No, there's something that stands out about how you dress, how you look, something like that. Because these stones like very different, and they each have their own thing that makes them stand out. These have the very bold red stripes. Maybe you look good in red. I'm hearing Aries energy, but that also already makes sense because stubborn I attribute to Aries. Okay, Aries and Capricorn, they're very stubborn. Taurus as well, right? So you can be an Aries, a Taurus, or a Capricorn, or you have those placements, sun, moon, rising, okay? Those are coming through. Like you're giving like a very Mars energy. You will give it a planet instead. Mars is very stubborn, immovable. We could also give Saturn, and that is Capricorn, so that makes sense. And then what rules Taurus? Venus? Venus is not really immovable, but we're gonna go with Mars and Saturn for this. Daddy Saturn, I know best, right? Mother knows best, daddy knows best. I tell you what to do, you don't tell me what to do kind of thing. Maybe we have like a very commanding, bossy vibe to you as well. That's also very sexy and a turn on because people love being told to do, okay? Some people anyway. I'm speaking for other people. I don't like being told to do, okay? Okay, anyway, we have Garnet here. Ignite your passion, exactly. That's funny how things come through in one way or another, right? I'm like Mars, Aries, Capricorn. Okay, we're getting a little bit of Saturn, your boldness, you're telling people what to do. And then we look at the card and it says, ignite your passion. Yes. So you ignite people's passion. So it's definitely giving sexy, right? Vixen vibes, video vixens. They were there to get the views in because nobody's going to come watch no big head rapper just talking a video. No, we need to see some booty shaking. We need to see some we need to see something. We need to see some water fights, pillow fights, something. Somebody gotta bring us in. Somebody gotta attract our attention for us to sit here and watch your video. And that's what you're giving. You're attracting attention, whether it's you're shaking the booty, okay? Whether it's you're shaking the yitties, okay? It don't matter what you're doing. You just attract attention, okay? Attention grabber, right? That's coming through for you guys. I don't know what it is about you, but there's something about your look. I can't really put it to words. Like for group 1, it was very obvious one specific trait, or a few of them coming through for you guys. It's just giving your whole demeanor. It's like I'm not standing on business, but it came through the left. It's all business. Like I'm not here to play with y'all. I'm here to get my business done, get my money and go. Like that's the kind of energy, like very serious vibes are coming through, but it's also giving passion. So I love how Capricorn just came through naturally. Now we're kind of getting that vibe as well. Either way, like I said, the messages come through either way. But like you're very serious, but then you're also very passionate. It's like I didn't come here to play, stop playing on my face kind of energy, right? So it's definitely getting sit down, get into your place, don't hinder me, don't pull me back or hold me back, and everything will be fine. Capiche? Capiche. It's gonna be mob boss vibes, okay? Or mob wife, which is very funny because I'm trying to remember what I was watching. There's like these theories that if you dress according to your rising sign, your Venus sign, it will give, well, if you dress for your rising sign, it'll bring you more attention. If you dress for your Venus sign, it'll definitely attract more love to you. But every day on TikTok, there's someone who's making up these freaking grand theories about dressing like your moon sign, dressing like your this sign if you want to get this. And I'm just like, shut up. But it's interesting concept to look into and think about. So maybe your looks or your vibe, you get people thinking, right? But anyway, they say for Leo, Venus is like dressing like a mob wife is, very, good if you want to stand out in that kind of way. You know what I mean? Dressing like a mob wife, dressing like an Instagram baddie, dressing like, so basically like patterns, things that make you stand out. There was one more thing the lady said. I forget what aesthetic it was. Oh, Sade girl? Sade? Like very, I don't know how to describe her look, but like, I don't want to say bohemian or earthy, but it's like kind of like that, but also like very pretty girl, right? Very clean girl maybe as well. But then Aries is like the total opposite. You're dressing in the black, you're dressing in the red, very bold, very figure hugging vibes. You know what I mean? So it's like, you could dress like very well. Your style could be what's coming through, which is why I'm like, it's not just one thing, it's the whole look you put together that like makes people very, like the way you dress yourself, right? That makes you very attractive or turns people on, you know what I mean? Like, oh, the way you put together an outfit is so sexy. There's this one guy, I don't even know his name at all, but I've seen his videos a few times over the years. He's on TikTok mostly, I feel like, and he is someone who makes an outfit based on a place. So people tell him, like, give him comments like, make an outfit based on America, the USA, Istanbul or whatever. And he literally makes a whole outfit for a country and then like showcases it very high quality in a whole very high quality way. Like he has good cameras, it's very expensive stuff as well. I think he's like a high fashion model or designer or whatever, but he makes clothes. He designs things. And people tell him, design an outfit that looks like this person or that would fit this person. And he does it and makes like a collage. So he would show his outfit for the USA, for Britain, for this, for that. And like he kills it every single time. Like he's very talented, okay? So you could be someone who's very talented when it comes to getting dressed or clothes. Libra's kind of coming a little bit now, And I was talking about Taurus. And I'm like, no, not Taurus. You have Venus. You have a good look to you, right? I'm seeing like very feline-esque, like very prowly, predatorial is the perfect word for that, That's the kind of vibe coming through the vixen, the come hither, the siren, whatever you want it to be. That's the look you kind of give off. The mob wife, I will cut your abuelitos off if you cheat on me, like don't even think about it, right? You know what I mean? If you double cross me, you're going to end up in a ditch somewhere. You're going to end up disappeared off the face of the earth. No one's going to be able to find you. Like, don't double cross me. Very scary energy coming through. Let's keep going. I'm getting a lot of energy, a lot of hits, messages, appetite. Get out of your comfort zone. So you are definitely someone who gets people out of their comfort zone, or you don't have a comfort zone. You're always just like doing the craziest things. I'm hearing kids say the darndest things. You say the darndest things. You do the darndest things. You live the darndest life. It's kind of like, how can someone be so uninhibited or inhibited? I know, I think it's uninhibited, where you don't have any inhibitions, you don't have anything that holds you back, you don't have any fears, you're just fearlessly living life, you know what I mean? Going after what you want. And people are like, what? How? Are you not scared of anything? You're not scared of rejection? You're not scared of being turned down? You're like, no. And that's very, very freaking attractive. So your ambition's also coming through, your drive to be better. You want more for yourself. It's giving, not greed, but lust for life. You know what I mean? The hedonist in you. You want to eat the best foods, go on the best vacations, like have the best job. You know what I mean? Only live the good life. Because that guy, he puts these outfits together, like I said, not from just some regular things you get from, Macy's or something. No, it's high fashion things that he's either given or he designs himself. So you make things look good, you make things look rich, right? And that's very attractive about you. Like I said, your appetite could be something as well, your appetite for life or just food. You like to eat a lot, It's kind of like giving the girl the scene from White Chicks. The lady will have a salad, perhaps a salad, and he's like, perhaps not. And then he orders ribs, he orders this, he orders that, and then he's like, you sure can pack it away, little lady. And then he's like, like, I can't, guys, unhand me, release me from these shackles. Because, Lord, movies, shows, everything has been coming through today. Like, relax. But anyway, yeah, perhaps a salad, perhaps not. And then he orders this whole big thing of food. He's being a girl. Obviously he's acting as a girl, but he's eating like a man. And then he's like, you sure can put it away. And he's like, like, come on now. That's funny. Tell me it's not. You guys can be funny as well. You're just a character. You're very bold. You're very lively. You're very just like full of, pizzazz. You're full of spunk. I'm hearing valor. You're very brave. You know what I mean? Like, you make life your BITCH instead of the other way around, okay? If you're going to want something, you're going to do it to the best of your ability, and you're going to knock it out the park, right? That drive, that Mars ambition is coming through very strongly for you guys. And that's very sexy and very attractive. You could have like a lot of success as well, which is why it's a turn on for people. I mean, it's a turn on in any, face or name of the word, because it's someone who can go after what they want fearlessly and get it is very attractive. But I feel like you have made some success from it, going after what you want. So you're successful and people are like, oh, hello, right? And then we have the lapis lazuli, which says make a decision. So you're a very decisive person. Like, I want to know why the cards are not coming out right. Like, I just want you guys to see the crystals. Can you see them? Like, don't piss me off. But this is like very deep sea, deep blue. There it is. Very deep blue sea, very pretty. It's also like giving me Pleiadian starseed for whatever reason. All the star clusters in one cluster. So you could be someone who, resonates as being a Pleiadian starseed. If not, you can look up what being a Pleiadian starseed means. And, if you resonate with it, then maybe you found your star system, right? I feel like I resonate with a bunch of them. I feel like I resonate with Syrian as well. But I just, Syrian starseed didn't sound like a cute, or Syrian priestess. No, I needed to rhyme. So you went with Pleiadian priestess, period. Anywho, yeah, you're very individualistic is the word. And that reminds me of something. I'd like to think of it as opportunistic. That song, I really can't stay, baby, it's cold outside. But the one with Michael Bublé and Idina Menzel, where he's like asking her, please stay with me, please stay with me. You know what I mean? It's cold outside, don't leave. Baby, it's cold outside. And she's like, well, I have to go. What will people think? What will my family think? What will this person think? You know what I mean? And he's like, in the song, she's like, you're very pushy. And then Michael Bublé's character in the song says, I'd like to think of it as opportunistic. Like, excuse me, what do you mean, sir? But anyway, like, the guy's saying a bunch of different stuff in the song to make the girl stay. And she has just as many excuses to tell him why she can't. So it's kind of like giving tit for tat banter back and forth, that tension between you and this person or people who kind of like you turn on, There's a tension there, right? This appetite energy is like giving me very like, how can I say it? Like something coated. I don't know what coated though. Like you're so coded, like a character. You remind people of a character out of their favorite show, out of their favorite movie or something like that. That's why they probably feel themselves drawn to you, or because you're very movie star coded. That makes sense to me. It's not giving a specific character, it's giving a character in a movie, period, right? Interesting. You're very movie star coded, right? That's what I'm getting from you guys. I'm like, very what coded? But it's giving people look at you living your life, and it kind of gives them the feeling of watching someone in a movie or a show or a play or a music video, right? That's why you guys were giving video vixens. You're giving the people come to look at. So you're something to look at, okay? Whew, that's something. I love that for you guys. But this garnet is definitely giving the ignite your passion. It's like giving like very rock sturdy vibes. So your body like very rock solid, very muscular. Whether you're feminine or masculine, there's something here about you having like a lot of body to you. You could be someone who considers himself plus size, thick, something like that. I'm not getting skinny in this reading. Not saying that you can't be, right? But I'm getting someone who's like a lot of body, because you like stand out, and like when you walk, the ground shakes. Like it's giving like very much God, Mars, God of War energy. It's giving battle strategist. Like you know how to get yourself out of conundrums. You know how to talk yourself out of trouble. Like things like that is coming through very hardcore for you guys. But I don't know, there's something here about the gold that is like lined within this apatite crystal that's standing out to me. The gold foil, like it's giving rich gold, you know? That's like really standing out. And it's also kind of giving earth as well, you know, for whatever reason. I'm not 100% sure what color garnet is supposed to be, but it's coming through. It's kind of goldish as well. I was thinking kind of red, but I think I was seeing red because the other two cards that you guys had gotten. The Celestite is definitely giving like shiny diamond, right? And then this is like giving bloodstone, like very hardcore. So you could definitely look like someone who could like eat someone alive. You know what I mean? Very intense energy coming through for you guys, okay? Anything else? So we have like this dark, deep blue that's kind of like giving solar system. Then this is like giving earth. And this is kind of like giving meteor. That's what I was thinking of, a meteorite or something. So it's giving out of this world kind of energy. You don't give, you're of this world. You give, like I said, Pleiadian star seed. You give like draconian, like, you know, those kinds of people who come from different star systems to make the earth better and to, you know, put their influence on them. It's kind of giving me the example of in the new Superman movie. It's probably a concept that has been around since the beginning of like Superman, but in this specific movie, he's very attached to the recording of his biological parents from, you know, Krypton. And the only part of the message that we see in the movie in the beginning is them saying, we love you, you're this mighty warrior, we sent you to earth for a purpose. And he thinks it's for good, you know what I mean? And then later on in the movie, Lex Luthor, trifling behind, uncovers that the rest of the message is not so nice. They sent him here to rule over man because they're weak and simple-minded, and they sent him to fulfill this great purpose. And it's kind of like, huh? Excuse me? What do you mean? And like the whole warm feelings that the gushy, mushy feelings he associated with the message becomes tarnished, because now he realizes his parents weren't the best people. They were sending him to rule a race of people and to impregnate. That was also something that came through. Impregnate as many people as you can and have kids and spread your seed. Like, excuse me? And have as many, you know, offspring as you can to like further or continue the Krypton race. And when he finds that out, if you know Superman, you know he's the complete opposite of that. You know, he's a one-woman man. He has like high morals, you know, a high moral standing. He grew up with, you know, these farmers who live like a very salt of the earth, minimalistic life on the farm. He grew up very like, you know, bare bones kind of energy. So the fact that his parents sent him here for that, and that's something he took comfort from for years, not knowing the rest of the message, kind of like messed him up a little bit. But it's kind of like you're given like a Superman, you're an alien on Earth, and you have all these powers, and you're seen as someone who is strong, but you're also a threat if you were to get out of hand and you chose to be. So you could be someone who is seen as a threat, and people are scared of you. That was kind of coming through like very macho, larger than life kind of energy. The vixen, the attention is all on you, is because of your looks. And Superman is very muscular. He also has that one beautiful curl. He has the glasses. Like, it's like he tries to hide and blend in, but the way he looks so rugged and masculine, he can't. And if you're a female, it's to give him the same vibe where you can't blend in even if you wanted to. You're giving the video vixen with the booty shaking, you know, people look to you when you're dressed a certain kind of way, and you know what I mean, you carry yourself in like a very high, I don't want to even say high esteem, but you carry yourself in a certain kind of way where you try to shrink, but you can't because you stand out either way, you know? That's the kind of vibe coming through Superman from that movie. His parents are like, you're going to come and rule man, and da 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 da. And you have that vibe to you, where you're going to come and rule man and be this alien that gains power from our yellow sun and, you know, be this person who saves the world, but instead you kind of turn it and use it. And now you're this big superhero that everyone looks up to and loves, because this high moral standard that you have and stuff like that, okay? That's coming through for y'all, right? Some of you could have blue eyes as well, like dazzling blue eyes, because it wasn't until I was watching an interview on YouTube. It was the puppy interview, yes, with all the James Gunn, which is the director of Superman, and then, of course, David Cornsweet, and then the lady who played Lois Lane, and then Nicholas Hoult. Someone commented like everyone had blue eyes, and it was funny. I went back and looked, and I'm like, yes, they all have like dazzling different colors of blue eyes in the interview. And that's definitely something that was probably prominent in the movie as well that I just didn't pick up on because we were cutting to people who didn't have blue eyes at the same time. But in the interview, which is very much, you know, the blue-eyed stare, you know? So that could be something that turns people on about you. You could have like really pretty blue eyes, right? Because blue is coming through here. There is also something like with the rising tide of you, like something like the ocean, a little bit overwhelming. Maybe like you overwhelm people's senses or sensibilities. Maybe make them want to get naughty and mean, not mean, but you know, naughty. Bad is the better word to say. You make them want to like, you know, just ignore everything they've learned and just like go ahead with you. It's like even very much a big leader vibes. Like, oh, this person said jump, I'm a jump, right? That's the kind of energy coming through. But yeah, alien vibes are coming through heavily for this group as well. But that's enough of that. Let's get into the tarot cards. I can't just be here yabbering all day long with y'all. I mean, it would be nice, right? But I definitely can't. That could be something coming through. You guys talk a lot, and that's something that people really like. You can always like keep a conversation going, or you always have something interesting to talk about that happened at work. Like, I can see that happening, especially if you guys are coming through as more, I mean, Clark Kent and Superman are literally the same person. So if you're coming through as like more on the Clark Kent side, you have new, like, interesting cases to talk about, things you're writing about in the paper, people you talk to. That's the interesting side to talk about. And then, of course, Superman, the many conquests of people he fought, he defeated, like that kind of thing. Like, there's always something to talk about with you. You're very good at like asking questions, because now I'm being brought to a scene in Superman where Lois Lane was like interrogating Superman because he gave her the permission to do so, and she was like asking all the very deep, intrusive, like prodding questions, and he was like getting upset, even though he was like, it's fine, right? Because thus far in the comics, Clark Kent is the only one who's able to get an interview with Superman. And I'm still surprised to this day that no one put two and two together and realized that he was Superman. Like, stop playing in our face. You're the only person who gets an interview with him. You guys both have the same build, the same hair, the same, like, please stop it, okay? But you could have like two, different personalities, alter egos. You have the Clark Kent nerdy side, then you have the Superman badass side, you know? That's kind of coming through here, but that's enough chattering. Let's get some tarot on the cards, on the table, I mean. For my group 2, please spare for my group 2. The tarot is much more talkative than the crystal cards were. Okay, so we have like greeny eyes, and we have blue eyes, and we have dark blue eyes, and we have dark brown eyes coming through with the garnet. So you have really like, you know, regular brown, dark brown. You could have like really, it's dark brown, but it's like glints of, you know, when your sunlight hits when sunlight hits your eyes, your cornea, whatever, and it kind of turns lighter because the sun is shining on it. That could be something coming through as well. Your eyes should get pretty. We have death. Wow. Some of you could be here from group 1. What up, what up? If you are, death came through for them. That's the intensity coming through for you guys, right? That's the Scorpio intensity, the Scorpio hotness, sexiness, right? I'm hearing Willow from Buffy, that one episode, the hotness of you, dummy, where you don't realize how attractive you are. I kind of feel like, you know, you're full on. You know, you're a lot to handle. You know, your personality is really big. You know, your energy is really strong, but you're not attributing that or equating that to being sexy or hot or attractive. Other people are, because that's what's turning them on about you, right? Your personality, your energy. So you're like, I think it's the musical episode where they're supposed to be looking for the big bad, the one who's making them all dance till they die, right? And instead they're having a little Disney moment in the park and they're singing. And then the guys are like checking Tara out, and Tara's like, what are they looking at? Like, Willow's like, the hotness of you, dummy. And then Tara's like, I'm cured. I want the boys. So it's kind of like that kind of energy where you don't even realize that people are attracted to you sometimes, or turned on by you, or by your intellect, because the things people are turned on by you are not solely physical, right? So you're kind of like, you like that I'm funny, you like that I talk a lot, you like the questions that I ask. That's a weird way to get turned on, but go off. And you're just like not realizing that you're like stimulating their mind, right? And their body, and they're just like, you know, you're overtaking their senses, you're overhauling their senses. It's kind of like, once they find one thing, they find another great thing. It's kind of like, okay, dang, now it's giving an avalanche. They're overcome or overtaken by all the things that are great about you that turns them on, you know? So you have a lot of different things. I'm not getting mainly physical, I'm getting mental. I'm getting you, there's an energy around you that's really sexy, and I feel like it lends itself to your physical appearance as well, which is why you may not be, child, I don't even want to say that sounds really rude, but you may not consider yourself like conventionally attractive or physically attractive, but the things that turn people on about you are your eyes. They could be like really stern, they could be really deep, like the ocean was coming through. You have like really deep eyes, deep set eyes, like attractive almond eyes maybe as well. And it's the way you look at people, the way you focus on them. You're very intense when you put your full and complete focus on one person, but you may not be conventionally attractive. So you're like, oh, why are people turned on by you? But it's just the aura that lends itself to your physical attractiveness that makes it look better, you know, the way you dress yourself, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Let me move back in the chair for a second. Okay, anything else coming through? So you have, then look, you have the sun. Wow, these two cards came through exactly in group 1. Very interesting. Group 2, please, Spirit, what turns people on about them? Okay, are these, how many are these? You know what? I'll take them since they fell in such a serendipitous way. They fell in a cool way. So we have the sun. The sun is giving me that intense stare once again. Look at how the sun is looking. It's giving model. It's giving fierce. You know what I mean? It's giving model face. And then you look a little intense and you're walking down the runway kind of thing. That's what's coming through. And model keeps coming through. So you guys could be a model, model-esque, or you are one of those models who have like very fierce, very sharp features that are like really striking to the eyes. And people are like, wow, I've never seen someone like you before, which is like lending itself to that alien appearance you may have or energy. Yeah, that's coming through hardcore. But it's definitely giving walking down the catwalk. And then I was mentioning the guy who like dresses himself based on like whole countries, and like I wonder if I would be able to find him if I looked him up. I hope maybe at least one of you know who the guy is. He's like a black guy. He's a designer. He has like a lot of followers on TikTok. And he just like posts the most high fashion couture looks ever, and he makes it up himself. He does the look himself, which is the like amazing, dazzling part about it, right? And I'm going to end it right there because I feel like I'm going to get disrespectful if I keep going. But I wanted to kind of say that I don't think he would be considered like, oh my gosh, gorgeous, but his talent makes him more attractive, right? How people's money make them more attractive, people's clothes make them more attractive. That's the kind of thing. So maybe you by yourself may not be, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? But there's something interesting about your look, the way you dress, something like that, you know? Here we have Queen of Pentacles, so it definitely could be your money, okay? When I think of the Queen of Pentacles, like I said in another reading, she gives like a noble woman, noble person, right? Someone who like has respects herself, respects others. You know, she minds her business. She's very private. She's like very devoted to the people who are in her life. She loves kids. She loves animals. People love her. The deer always reminds me of the Queen of Pentacles. And it's just like cutesy. Like I feel like you guys can be a little cutesy as well, but deer are known for like their big old doe eyes. So you guys could have like doe eyes, or you could have almond eyes. It really just depends Of course, everybody watching this reading is not going to have only one kind of eye. You could have deep set almond, deep set, you know, doe eyes, like something like that is coming through, wide, maybe surprise, deer in headlights kind of thing could be coming through. Maybe your gangly could be coming through as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, gangly, you know, like where the doe first learns how to walk, right? It's giving Bambi, that kind of thing. Maybe you could have like specific like birthmarks. I'm hearing vitiligo, like Winnie Harlow, even though she's not the one who, you know, she's like one of the big people who have it. Because I'm seeing like on the doe, they have like the little white marks on the back of them, like birthmarks, beauty marks could be coming through as well. That's what turns people on about you. Like there's just something like striking about your looks or something that stands out, right? Getting like fierce, intense in your face. Like I can't be ignored. My energy, my looks, everything put together is like a force to be reckoned with. But yeah, I'm getting like marks. It could be eczema. It could be like, you know, some people, it may not be vitiligo, but they have like patches on them that like don't really fit the color of the rest of their skin. Like, I can show you, for example, on my arm. Can you see it? Like I have like these little red patches that have always been with me. There's another patch I can't see. There's one right here you can see, and there's one right here. It's kind of like, it's not like that noticeable, but if you're looking close enough, you can see like the discoloration and stuff like that. There's some people who have like bits and pieces of like lighter toned skin, but not that off from their regular skin. You know what I mean? But I don't know the name of it. You know, discoloration, I don't really know. I know for some people it's like birthmarks. I also have like a birthmark on the side of my cheek that's like significantly darker than the rest of my face, and it was worse when I was first born. So birthmarks, stuff like that kind of make you different, right? I'm hearing some of you can have like a birthmark on your butt. That's funny, in the shape of something, because there's like a show or a movie that I was watching where someone had a birthmark on the side of their butt in the shape of a something, and it was like a running joke in the movie or something, and that could be something coming through. But there's like marks, there's tattoos is also coming through as well for you guys. You know what I mean? It's funny because even before this reading, I was like, why don't I ever pick up on like voice, like someone that have like a really deep voice? Because I've been listening to songs today, and I've been like really called to like people with more sultry, deep voices, like really booming, like it can go really deep. And I'm like, I've never been the kind of person to like fixate on men's voices. I know some women love like when men have deep voices, but it was never something that was like a necessity for me. But now that I'm listening to certain songs and I'm hearing people with like deeper timbers, I'm like, let me stop. But like, I can see the appeal now. You know, I think the main guy is like Saint Laurent or something. Like his more popular songs, like Very Few Friends. And I've been listening to his music like today. I'm like, you know what? This can't be his only good song. Let me go listen to more. And Spotify was, you know, indulging me and playing more of his music. And I'm just like, dang, this man has a nice, deep, sultry voice. And I'm like, I could just listen to this all day. His girlfriend is lucky, because can you imagine that that voice whispering in your ear, like, excuse me, relax. Like, that's just like tantalizing, sultry kind of energy to you. Like I was saying, you guys aren't giving like cutesy, you're giving sexy and sultry and rugged, right? Or for females, you're just giving like striking. Now strike a pose, right? Okay. Now let's keep going. We have Four of Wands, and then we have the Three of Cups. So Four of Wands and Three of Cups, funnily enough, kind of mean the same thing. Celebration, having a good time, but in different ways. So Four of Wands is having fun with family, getting married, that kind of thing, celebrating a big win, right? And the Three of Cups is also celebrating a win, but with friends. It's like going out, drinking, dancing on tabletops, and twerking and shaking your booty and all this kind of stuff, compared to the Four of Wands, which gives more of an elegant affair. It gives more of like a event rather than going out to a club and partying all night. No, the Four of Wands, you're coming to an event to celebrate the birth of a baby shower, a wedding, a promotion, that kind of thing. A milestone, you're moving into a new house, a housewarming party. That's kind of more Three of Cups, because it's definitely gonna get ratchet in there, okay? But it's giving like an elegant affair is what the Four of Wands is giving. You have to have a specific dress code kind of thing. So maybe you're the kind of person who can like move between elegant affairs to like a ratchet house party, like very fluently, and that's very attractive. You're not like uppity. Even if you are, you're still able to go and hang out with the laymen's, you know? You can know how to hold your liquor or drink well. You're a party animal. It's kind of vibe that I'm getting for you guys. Since we have both party celebration cards coming out. It's giving party animal, and it's giving life for the party here with the sun. You could also be like really childlike, really open, really exuberant, kind of innocent in a way that Superman is a grown-ass man, a big, bulky, grown man, but he's still like really innocent and sweet and cares about people and doesn't want to get in trouble and stuff like that. That could be the dichotomy that you have, where you're like really intense and sexy, but more like in an innocent way. Well, not in an innocent way, but you're still also really innocent, you know, like the deer coming through, but also fierce, right? I'm hearing Sasha Fierce, Beyonce's alter ego. So if you watch group 1, you know Beyonce came through in group 1. So if you're here from group 1 and you're watching group 2, here she comes again. But you're giving her alter ego Sasha Fierce. Okay, that's it. You guys like have an alter ego, which is something that's really turns people on as well. You like can flip a switch and go to like really innocent and cutesy and, you know, bubblegum pop and innocent, and then you can flip the switch and then go to sultry and sexy. And that's something that's also quite attractive. I mean, in my opinion as well. Okay, that's coming through for you guys. And then what else? What else? Let's get some cards from this deck to end off the reading. There could be something here about your lips. Because whenever I keep looking at this card, I keep getting lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop. So for some of you, people are turned on by your innocence, right? Maybe you dress like very schoolgirly, or you have that aesthetic, dark academia period. Getting like sheer from, what's the name of the movie? Clueless, like that kind of energy. You like look very innocent, dumb, bubblegum blonde, right? Rich girl kind of energy, a little bit clueless like she was in the movie, you know. That kind of energy is coming through for some of you, maybe all of you, but you have that really cutesy, bantery, back and forth, playful side to you, and that's also very sexy, right? But I was looking at how someone like licks lollipop or sucks lollipop. That's also supposed to be sweet, right? Because only little girls eat suckers or kids. But then when a woman is doing it, you know, there's a more sensual air to it, because what are you sucking on, sis? Anywho, let's keep going. My group 2s. My group 2s, what turns people on about them? Please, Spirit, what turns people on about them? Your legs is coming through with these 2 sticks coming through with the 4 of Wands. Maybe you like to wear loose fitting clothing as well, like dresses, you know, coquette vibes as well. Sundresses, because the sun is coming out. Maybe you like to wear flowers in your hair. And that's very attractive when it comes to like your looks. Maybe some of you have like really chubby legs. Okay. Here we have conversation. This already came through. The way you speak, the conversations you have, the questions you ask. It's kind of like very probing, like a child, if you will. Because you know how children don't really care if someone gets offended by their questions. They're going to keep asking until you answer. Yeah, that's y'all. Unfiltered energy. In both ways of being innocent and in the way of being like sultry, being an adult in the world. Like you're gonna tell someone if they smell stink. if they have something in their teeth, you know what I mean, to sit up straight, stand up straight, like, you know what I mean, that kind of energy. Or people just feel that they have to be on their best behavior around you, and that's also a turn on. We have thought. So thought and conversation is very beautiful. Like I said, your mind is really like sexy and turns people on. Okay, the way you think and the way you interact with the world, the way you decipher things. I'm trying to find the right word without having to pause. The way you interpret the world. There you go. Maybe some of you speak multiple languages, because the guy that I was thinking about or talking about, Saint Laurent, I think is how you pronounce his name, he loves to speak Arabic, French, and English in his songs, and that was also sexy to me. So maybe because you're a multi-linguist, you know how to speak multiple languages. Yeah, multiple languages, sexy. And I love how in another reading, no, I'm saying the wrong thing, sorry. In another reading, Scholar came out, and I was talking about how Scholar kind of reminds me of Queen of Pentacles. She's like a very worldly queen. She's grown, she's gone to school, she has the knowledge, you know, and now she kind of uses that knowledge to help other people, you know, healer vibes, okay? Nurturer, take her care of her. Oh my gosh, why are we doing, I hate this card. I'm going to take it out of the deck, because why are you always coming out? Like, this guy looks exactly like Edgar Allan Poe with his little sad behind. So maybe you have like sad presence to you, sad girl, sad boy vibes, emo, you know what I mean? is what's coming through for you guys. I want one more card from this deck, please, Spirit. One more card. Whew. And then we have a priest. Interesting. So maybe you made people happy. I mean, the cheerfulness that's coming through in the Four of Wands, or coming from the Four of Wands, mixed with this healer energy that the Queen of Pentacles gives off, and the sun, which is healing. You know, you need the sun to survive. You can't live without the sun. You would be nothing. No race, no human race, no nothing without the sun. You know, the sun provides life. It helps the plants to grow. It gives us the vitamin D we need to survive, to live, to be healthy, at least. So you bring the vibrancy, the health to people's lives, and that's what the healer is coming through as, mixed with the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups. You bring the good vibes and the good time, right? And this priest is kind of acting as that energy. You kind of counteract the despair in people and make them happy. So it's kind of like giving your people's their own personal heroine. Let me stop. We're not getting into Twilight. I'm so sorry, guys. I haven't brought them up in a minute. I can't talk about them. He's like when Edward tells Bella, that's my own personal brand of heroine, you know? Her skin was smell so good. You could smell really good as well. That also turns people on about you. You smell so good. And you people's own personal brand of heroine. When they're sad, when they're down, they just come to you and you tell them, get in line, get it together. You smack them up a little bit and they're like, okay, yes, this is what I needed, right? When they're down on their luck, down on life, don't know what to do, feeling, you know, sad, there you are, slapping them back into shape. It's a vibe coming through for y'all, okay? But a priest is definitely someone that you can look up to, someone that you can believe in, to help you, to guide you, you know what I mean, to do the right thing, that part as well. You're just a good human being, and that's really sexy, and it turns people on, you know. You could also wear uniform is what I'm getting. You could be a priest for real, which would be kind of ghetto if people are turned on by that. But you know, there are worse things, okay? There are worse things I can do than go with a boy or two. You guys are giving Riz from freaking Grease, right? Even though the neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good, I'll admit something, whatever. There are worse things I can do by, you know, Riz from Grease is coming through. And she was like the bad girl. She was the troubled youth kind of energy. She was the leader of the pack, of the girl group, you know, that kind of thing. So you're the leader of the pack. That keeps coming through as well. But anyway, uniform. Yeah, and Sandy was the cute, innocent, good girl, and they were two opposites of each other. But we have that coming through here with the sun and death. That's two opposing energies. Sun is life and death is death. Stop playing. Yeah, you have that dichotomy in you. Interesting. We love that. Yes. But yeah, priest is giving uniform, firefighter, cop, nurse, doctor. What else are a part of people's fantasies? Those people that are a part of the fantasies, you know, where people dress up and be sexy. Nursemaid, housemaid, nanny. Those are taboo subjects because people love to sexualize them, even though they're not supposed to be, you know, normally sexualized. You know, the nanny, you fall for the nanny, the nurse, the milkmaid, the person who takes care of your kids, the teacher. All those things are now role play. Those are people's real life jobs. What do you mean it's role play? That's the kind of energy coming through. You make regular mundane things sexy, and it's funny to me, but it's sexy to other people, okay? Anyway, I'm done. I can't keep going. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group of threes. Welcome to your reading. I'm about to say fours. Don't do that. I was thinking about if I should do group 4 before your reading. That's probably why. But anyway, welcome group 3s to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 3 or option 3, however you find your way here, welcome. Thank you for joining me here. Today's reading is going to be about how do you turn people on? What turns people on about you? Everything under the sun came through for group 1 and group 2. So we're going to see what comes through for you guys. Looks was coming through, personality traits, specific things that you do, right? Okay. But for you guys specifically, I was getting an intuitive message before the reading, and it was telling me that your spirituality is the turn on, right? So we could have somebody here watching all 3 groups, right? If you are, thank you for spending your hard-earned time with me, because child, 3 readings. I would probably be the person to watch 3 readings, right? But you don't have to watch all through, right? But anyway, someone can be watching all 3, but your spirituality is what turns people on about you, how you're serious about what you believe in. You're serious about personal growth, spiritual growth, being a right person, being an upstanding member of society. Maybe you're a bit of a goody two-shoes, you know, and that's really sexy as well. Yeah, the girl next door kind of trope that could turn people on about you. You're just a good person, you know? But spirituality, that is very important to you. Spiritual warfare, fighting against, you know, depression, fighting against hunger, fighting against all the bad things in the world. That's something that you do. You're giving like light worker vibes, and that's something that's very attractive. You make it your mission to do good and uplift humanity instead of like, oh, it's fine, it's whatever, ignoring things. Like the perfect example that I'm getting is like Kino Tarot. She like the perfect example. She gives me like very cutesy vibes. Whenever I'm listening to her, she's like so cute. It's like ooh, kind of energy, like she's giving one of those cutesy girls from the anime flicks that they just blush and they're just really nice and they giggle, and she just gives me that pure innocent energy. Other people are like more funny energy, other people like really strong energy, like, you know, sexy, sultry, whatever. Kino just gives me nice, like just good person. You know what I mean? Especially because every time you watch her readings lately, she is like donating money to, you know, Palestine, a specific family, to help them. She's now raised over $40,000. Can you believe it? She's putting her platform to good use. You know what I mean? And, you know, doing personal readings, giving that to Fetish and his family, doing candle donations, you know, where you buy a candle, she gives the money to Fetish and his family. It's just like there's so much destruction going on in the world. You're making your mission to be the light. So you're someone who is very spiritual and a light worker, okay? That turns people on about you, that you're just inherently good, right? Okay, let's see what comes through. I'm getting like Superman energy for you guys, and that kind of came through in group 2. So just take what resonates for you. You could be here from group 2, right? But basically it's giving how he's just like, his whole no killing policy unless absolutely necessary. Like, I will try to detain you, I will help you, but I don't want to go to such, you know, lengths as to take someone's life. You know, that leaves a stain, a mark, an indelible mark on somebody's soul, and nobody wants that, you know, unless absolutely necessary. So you're always trying to vouch for humanity, even though that man was an alien. He's like, I'm vouching for humanity because he grew up in humanity. He's basically a human. He just has the physique of an alien. You know, he can't die easily. He's bulletproof. He has powers. So you are someone who's definitely powerful and has powers, because Superman is coming through for those things. You know, he came through for other things in group 2, but for those things, he's coming through in group 3 for being magic, essentially. But also believing very deeply in humanity and then being better and not wanting to like unnecessarily unalive someone. So good for you guys. We love that. Group 3, Peace Bird. Group 3. Why are people turned on by them? I'm hearing some of you have like a really long face, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like is it called angular? Like I'm hearing like an oval face, right? So you have like a longer face. Some people have like short faces. Some people have more longer faces. You have like longer. Yeah, I think that's the word. Freaking no. You have like a longer face. We'll leave it at that. We have Aventurine, create your own luck. This is like a beautiful stone. I can get lost in those eyes. Like, you're very clean, very fresh, very beautiful. Maybe you're into clean girl makeup, you're into glass skin culture, where your skin is like just clean. You don't really need to put anything else on it. Even if you do, you're like flawless, filtered kind of energy coming through. You have that kind of beauty. Really good skin. That is coming through very clearly, okay? It's almost like looking in the mirror, because you're like, yeah, I can see my reflection in your skin. That's beautiful, okay? No wrinkles. Like, I mean, you could if you're older watching, but it's just definitely giving youthful and vibrant, you know, very like, you know, anyway, clean. Let's leave it at that. These cards give me physical attributes as well as just, you know, personality things. We have another round, very shiny stone. Hematite, ground yourself. So very grounded, very lucky. This green is like talking money, like talk money to me, is what I just heard. Instead of talk dirty to me, talk money to me. Because Aventurine is a good stone to use for like abundance rituals or to make money, luck, stuff like that. So that's coming through for you guys. And it's funny how I'm wearing like a green bracelet on my arm, and this was supposed to be like jade to bring like good luck. So maybe some of you have like more Asian, maybe you are Asian, right? And that's something coming through about your looks or your culture, something like that. Some of you could be half Asian, partially Asian, I don't know. stop it. I'm hearing that lyric from Ace Hood. What was the name of the song? Body to Body, where he's like, something, I really love your eyes. I could tell you're partially Asian. And I'm like, huh? Like, why did you feel the need to say that? But anyway, you know, that could be, you could have like hooded eyes. What do they call it? Monolid. To use like the actual terms, I'm not gonna get in trouble again. But monolid, almond, hooded, deep set, all those things are coming through, okay? Excuse me. But yeah, you gotta like have Asian features, or you're right Asian, or you're mixed with Asian. I mean, in order to have Asian features, you kind of have to be mixed with Asian, but maybe not all the time. But anyway, that's coming through. I'm hearing your smile is coming through. You have like a really nice smile. Like really, like I'm hearing a boyish, like girlish smile, and that's very attractive. Like, I'm getting upset that you guys are only getting like really cutesy, clean things. Like, why are people like? It's kind of like fetishizing in a way. Like, oh my gosh, you look like I was talking about Kino. Like, you just like you're so cutesy, like one of those characters from the anime shows. And like, I'm like, that's like a fetish. I'm pretty sure. Or people can tend to fetishize you, like I said. And it's funny because I was talking about why would he think to mention that really sexy eyes, I can tell you're partially Asian. Like, why did you feel the need to put that in the song? You could have just said she would have sexy eyes, like fetishizing. So that could be something people do. Maybe you're mixed with different cultures and that's like exotic, emphasis on the, okay. If you can't see me, you're just listening to me. I'm like doing the sarcastic fingers, you know? That's exotic. You're mixed with a lot of things. And people always ask, like, well, what are you mixed with? Da, 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 da. Like that kind of energy's coming through. And you're kind of like, mind your business. Like, don't ask me that. I don't, like, in the world we live in, today's society, it's just so ick. Like, what do you mix with? Like, shut your Anywho, let's keep going. But that can be coming through. You can be mixed with a bunch of different ethnicities, or, you know, stuff like that. And people are always asking, what are you? And that turns them on that you're like, I'm getting fetishization in this group. Just putting it out there. Yeah. But you can have like some Asian descent. I do believe Kino also, like, she's like Japanese and Canadian. So yeah, if she watches my channel, girl, this is your group. Stop playing with me. Okay? But anywho, that's what I'm getting. Like, you're, you know, I'm like getting cute giggles. You could giggle a lot. I'm hearing like a girlish giggle. Like, oh no, I don't like this. Let me keep going to see if it comes back out. One more card, please, for my group threes, please. What turns people on about them? No, yeah, yes. What about them turns people on? That sounds better to me. Less confusing. One more card, please, Spirit. One more card. And I'm getting like, I'm looking at this card and seeing like how, you know, how Asian people have those really dark eyes and that you can see your reflection in them. Yeah, your eyes. Let me stop. I'm acting up. Like, I'm literally channeling the people that are attracted to you. And I'm just like, those eyes, yeah. They're so dark and mysterious. Like, they're so beautiful. They smile when you smile. You can have like very expressive eyes, okay? Can I get my last card, please? Like, dang. Like, I will literally talk out of death. Don't threaten me with a good time. Like, can I get one more card? That's crazy. You don't want to give me one more card? That's quite rude, if you ask me. And you give me two. I only want one. Apophyllite, we don't want that one. Okay, let's see. I guess I'll take two. Whatever. Hey now, you're an all-star. Okay, this came through for group one. Go watch group one. Let me stop. We have Amethyst, trust your intuition. So we'll put that here. But Smoky Quartz definitely did come out in group one. I don't want to like repeating cards kind of annoying because I've already like dragged everything that I cut out of it. If you want messages from the Smoky Quartz, go watch group one. Okay. But we have Let It Go. Okay. Let it all go. You could have like a smoky stare. I'm hearing a smoky voice. You could have like a smoker's voice. Like a very raspy tone. That's coming through for y'all. Like a very raspy, sexy voice. Yes. It could sound like you smoke a pack a day, but you really don't. Unless you do, then there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this over here. I already went over this group one. Out with the old and in with the new. I'm seeing 1111 as well, so it's definitely giving very spiritual vibes. Maybe there's something here about you wearing a lot of crystals. Maybe there's something here about you wearing bracelets. This is the first time I mentioned my bracelet in the reading. Green eyes could be coming through. Some of you could have the kind of blue eyes that sometimes look purple, and then we have the really dark brown, beautiful eyes coming through in this group for you guys. So we have create your own luck, ground yourself, and trust your intuition. There's a lot about being out in nature. I'm hearing like dirty, the bottoms of your feet. The bottoms of your feet are always dirty. Because you could like walk around bare feet because you always want to be as close to earth or one of the guys as you can. You could be someone who goes to the beach just to feel their feet in the sand. You go to the park and take off your shoes and like touch, put your feet in the ground. It's like a very earthy vibe to you, Like I'm getting like patchouli. I'm hearing frankincense as well. Maybe you smell like Palo Santo. You use it a lot. Like there's something like very earthy about your smell or your aura or your energy. About your vibe as well, I'm getting like those people who walk around with like very loose clothing. I'm getting like a monk in some kind of way. So some of you guys could be giving monk. And I'm hearing like Monk Yatsu from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And he was like Aang's mentor, and the earth, Air Nation was very spiritual people. Like they were pacifists, they didn't believe in fighting, so that could be a vibe about you as well. You don't believe in fighting. See, and that's kind of coming because I was talking about Superman not being into killing people. Yeah, so you're not into fighting, you're not into killing, you're like peaceful protesting kind of thing. It's giving a monk. The female version of that, would that be a nun? I'm not 100% sure. Are there female monks? That's a good question. Were there female monks? I'm hearing a siren in the background, so I'm taking this as confirmation. But yeah, it's definitely given that you wear loose clothing or you don't really show your body, or your body is the focal point of what turns people on about you. It's definitely the clean energy. You're kind of giving like, I don't want to say fossil fuel. That's the opposite of what I mean. Excuse me. It's like solar energy where it's natural. It lifts you up. It doesn't harm the earth at all. So maybe you're someone who doesn't like, you're into like recycling, or you're into sustainable living, or you like live on like a commune somewhere where they like recycle everything. They like, well, I don't even know how the communes work. I've never been a part of one. Don't think I want to be a part of one. Unless it's with my people that I know, you know what I mean? Like there's things you use, like I'm trying to like the garbage, like you compost it and you use it to grow everything, and everything's like reusable, and you don't want to throw anything away kind of energy. And that kind of life that you live turns people on. Right? They're very clean, pacifistic, spiritual, that kind of energy, right? I'm giving you guys examples here. Okay, so you can completely understand what I mean. But I'm also being called to a specific show that me and my best friend would usually watch together. We have fell off in recent months, but it's fine because I don't really care for the show that much. It's Married at First Sight. So you find someone, the experts, very loosely call them experts, match you up with someone they think would be your perfect partner in the long run. And it's for people who are sick of being single. They're just ready to meet their person. They've tried all the conventional ways. Now they want to go a little bit more unconventional. So the experts match you up with someone. You're supposed to marry them and like live with them for like 2 months. And at the end of 2 months, you decide if you want to stay married or get a divorce, child. Okay. And they love to emphasize that you're actually really getting married. It's not an experiment. It's not you're going to live with someone fake for 2 months, see if you want to get married after. Like, love is blind a little bit. No. Married at first sight is you're married to this person, legally binding. And if you want to get divorced after 2 months, you can. If you don't, you can stay married, whatever. But anyway, there was this specific guy who was asking for someone who was very not health conscious, but earth conscious, because he worked for a non-for-profit or a nonprofit that literally found different ways to help the earth. And he was like very much minimalistic, and I don't want my person to use like plastic or buy too many things or like be a materialist essentially, because he was a minimalist, right? And they matched him with someone like that anyway, thinking that love would change what you want at the core. You want someone with the same values as you. It doesn't matter what they have financially, but as long as they believe in the same things as you do, they want the world to be a better place. And like, I can't imagine someone who's a pacifist dating someone who's out here fighting and unaliving people. Like, that's the core of you. You want someone with the same core values as you. They gave this man a maximalist lady who was just buying all these things. And there's like this one scene that's coming to mind very clearly where they were having like a housewarming party because they get married, they spend time together, go on their honeymoon, then they come back and try living together amongst, the rest of the world and to get used to each other. And they have a party to bring their friends and family to. They have like a very I think it was like a Maui, beach theme party. Funnily enough, I was talking about going to the beach. You guys be like beach bums kind of vibes, surfing, aloha, something like that is coming through. Anywho, some of you could be Pacific Islander from Hawaii, from I'm hearing New Zealand, where the tribes be at. So you're very much natural everything. But anywho, back to the scene. They have a beach theme party, and she's buying all of these plastic forks and everything's can get thrown away after. And he's having a freak out because he's no, we don't need these things and we not buy them. She's like, well, I want them, and no. It was pissing me off. I'm like, girl, it's never that serious, child. I'm someone who could definitely live a minimalist life, but I just choose not to. If I were to meet someone who's so crazy about it and we need to do stuff like that, go to an outhouse, and I feel I could acclimate to that life, but not right now. I haven't met someone that's making me willing to do that. But he was you don't need all these things. Stop buying plastic this and plastic that. Can you buy something that's sustainable, And she did not want to buy nothing. She was making a whole big stink about oh, this makes me happy. Can you just da-da-da-da? And I'm like, girl, get her. Stuff like that is what's coming. You can't put those people like that together. He was so big about the earth and, not using too much plastic and very, conscious about certain things. And she was la-di-da-di-da. She ain't care. And the man was stressed. Of course, when it came time to divorce, they divorced because he was ready to go. But I don't blame him because experts, I tell you what I want, and you give me somebody completely that goes against everything I believe in. What do you mean? And you thought it would work. Stop it. Anywho, that's kind of coming through. So you could be someone that's really big about that, sustainable earth, holistic. You don't believe in fast fashion. You're really big on the environment and global warming and stuff like that is really coming through for you guys. And that's very attractive for the people who you are turning on, right? You make them want to be better people is the kind of energy coming through. So let's see what else is coming through for you guys. Move these up a little bit. Hematite is also a protective stone used for protection. Okay. Your intuition is very attractive too. And the fact that you create your own luck. So you're very, I said, I'm hearing opportunistic. And that came through another reading as well. So if you are here from group 1, I think it was group 1 anyway. But yeah, and the image is very pretty. This is kind of giving me vases and vases and stuff like that. Glass, breakable, delicate, tender kind of energy. If you rough up glass too much, it's gonna break on you. It's the kind of energy coming through here for you guys. So let's see what else comes through. You're getting kind of delicate. My reputation's never been worse, so you must have beef with me. Delicate by Taylor Swift is coming through. Maybe you're the girls who like Taylor Swift, right? The girls who walk around with sunflowers in their hair, flowy dresses, they frolic in meadows kind of energy. We have 3 of Pentacles. You get along with everyone kind of thing. You're very much a teamwork makes the dream work. You're the kind of person who's those people who chase you down the side of the street to get you to join their cause. You have no shame to your game is the kind of energy, but you're all doing it in the name of innocence and furthering the human race. You're not really doing it to be mean or malicious, but people are just annoyed at them and Jehovah's Witnesses. They think, oh, they're spreading their good word and what they're supposed to be doing. But it's if I don't answer my front door, who is you to keep banging down my door? That's crazy to me. They really be adamant. Open this door. They paying some bills. And I'm we're not home. Go away. And they're Don't run from the Lord. Like, that's the kind of thing. Yo, y'all are killing me. Stop it. Who child? That could be funny because child. Like, don't run from the Lord. Like, yes, I will because you're harassing me. Like, leave me alone. Like, you're literally banging down my door talking about, I don't know you're home, I see you. Like, if I don't want to answer, I don't want to answer. It's crazy. But that's the kind of energy you guys are giving, okay? But it's all in an effort to heal the world because we have the Six of Swords coming through. Like, I love you guys, I promise. I'm not, like, doing anything to be funny or tease, but maybe tease. Maybe you're a little bit of a tease, you know what I mean? But this is what's coming through, and I gotta be honest, child. But it's definitely giving you're the person that's like leading people. I'm hearing to Valhalla. Interesting. I believe that's the afterworld for the gods of Nordic gods and goddesses. The afterworld, they go in like heaven for the Nordic people. So that could be something coming through. Like, you guys are giving like an international vibe. You're not giving me American. You're definitely giving Americans are just like, they want. Consumerism is running rampant here, and they don't want to have a clean, healthy living, and they eat a bunch of crap. And as an American, I can say that. Let me stop. Like, you're giving someone who's like living nice, free, and you know, beautifully in like Switzerland or something, Sweden or something, you know, Germany, where everything's like clean. Europe, we'll just go there. Like, just say Europe in general, you know. Because I can't even say Japan or China. They're big about consumerism as well. You're kind of giving me like hippie vibes. And that's kind of attractive, you know? Not kind of, it is. Here we have Eight of Swords. This came out in reverse. I'm not sure how I want to take it yet, but we're going to put that there. And can I get one more card, please, Spirit, for my group threes? For my group threes, what turns people on about my group threes? I'm trying to figure out how the reading got so long. I just be talking too much. I just see other readers like keep us like 20 minutes and less, and I'm like, how? I have so many things coming through. Maybe you should cut it off. I think they just say, okay, that's enough. I'm leaving now. And I'm just like, until the readings stop and I have nothing else to say, I'm going to keep going, right? That could be you, your chatterbox. Like, you're very friendly. You're able to, you know, spark up a conversation with anybody and keep it flowing and going, you know, very charismatic, that kind of thing. You know how to fit in different places, right? You could like get it along with people of different backgrounds, kind of energy. That's very attractive. This Eight of Swords is giving me not bad, but it's like giving me naughty images of people like thinking of like tying you up, right? And gagging you. Oh my gosh, please. Oh my, I can't. That, like, just to get you to be quiet sometimes, you know, or like kissing you to shut you up, right? That kind of energy is coming through. Like, you just can go on and on and on and on and on. You're just like very excitable as well, like very like giddy, you know, is what I'm getting to. One more card, please. Like, I don't even know what this reading is anymore. What is it? And then we have a Queen of Wands. So naturally, you're a people person. Like, honestly, why would you not be? You're group threes. You're very much a people person, and that's something that's very attractive. You can get along with all kinds of people from all walks of life. That sounds much better. All walks of life, you get along with them. And I do believe you're able to, like, you're a good judge of character, and that's also very attractive because people tend to, they don't really know what's good for them most of the time in the world we live in, okay? Most people don't know what's good for them, and I do believe you're kind of like a guiding light, right? Like worker vibes, you know? You don't put up a BS. And people think they take your niceness for weakness, and that's like a big mistake on their part. But I already know, I could tell that it's not like the Queen of Wands is not someone to be messed with or underestimated. And that's something people see. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Like, she's a flower in her hair. You know, I mean, you won't mess people up, right? But I feel like if you won't do it, somebody, your spirit team, people around you are going to do it for you, right? Because we're getting big pacifist vibes, peace, love, and pixie dust and light kind of energy. And it's like people like that who do no harm but take no ish, people around them will do harm for them and take the ish for them. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of energy Sorry, gotta itch my nose. Coming through, and that's my confirmation. I haven't had to itch my nose in a long time for a reading, so you guys are definitely someone who get like spiritual hits. You're very tapped in and tuned into spirit kind of energy, which is why you like to keep your body. Oh my gosh, you guys are very like, I don't know, not full on, but your energy is like very strong. I'm getting like very, very, very like, and I think it was for your group that I was getting intuitive hits. Like I was like, I got an intuitive hit that you could do I forgot what it was going to be about. Spiritual, yes. I got an intuitive hit. You're very spiritual. Like your spirit team's like shouting at me. I'm like, excuse me, please relax. One at a time. Thank you. What's I going to say? Like, yeah, you're very sensitive. Like spirit don't play about. You want to keep your temple, yes, as clean as possible. Eating clean living, clean eating, because you want you're closer to spirit that way, if that makes sense. You know, vegan. Vegetarian, even like pescatarian, like you don't want to kill animals, you don't believe in that, like that kind of thing. You don't eat meat if it has to come down to it, that kind of thing. Like you want to keep your temple clean, to keep your mind and energy clean. You know what I mean? You drink water, you don't drink sodas, you don't drink this, you only eat the healthy stuff. You look at what you put in your body before you eat it. You're not just buying things off the shelf, right? You're the person that's going to the store if you have to, because there can be a very Whole Foods vibe to you, right? You only eat Whole Foods, you only shop at Whole Foods, you must have money, you must be nice, okay? Anyway, or Trader Joe's if you can't afford Whole Foods, whatever. But they tell you if you can't afford Trader Joe's or Whole Foods, when you go into the grocery store, stay on the outskirts of the grocery store. Do not go in the middle. The middle is where the junk and crap is. Stay on the outskirts. That's where the produce is, the freezers are, the deli is, the meats are, whatever. All those things, you're kind of safe. The deli meats, the cheeses, the dairy, you stay on the outskirts of the grocery store. Once you go in the middle, that's where you find the artificial sweetener juices. And, oh, this is 100% juice. No, that it dang sure ain't. And you find the chips, and you find the chemically, like, just full of crap stuff. And you're the kind of person that's like, no. I'm staying on the outskirts. That could also be you keeping very much to yourself and staying out of drama, because the middle of the stores where people be fighting and the aisles are full. Like when you're walking on the outskirts of the grocery store, be empty, a ghost town essentially. It's when you get to the soda aisle, the chips aisle, that all the junk and the gunk that everybody's consuming kind of gets to them, and they start fighting and crashing into people and fighting over stuff. And it's just the melee and the drama is in the middle of the grocery store, and the outskirts is where it's peaceful. And you hear like, what is it? The music that I have at the beginning of the readings when you're choosing your thumbnail image, like the forest, fairy kind of energy. That's what it's on the outskirts of the grocery store. In the middle, they're playing hardcore grunge rap music and cussing and all this kind of stuff, right? Just to give you, that's the visual that I'm getting. I swear, like I can't explain. But your spirit is coming, like your spirit team is coming through very strongly, right? Okay, now, Queen of Wands, you're very much like, I think hold on. I'm getting tongue-tied. You can be someone who gets tongue-tied, and that's very cute and turns people on, right? You're just getting like very innocent, very sweet, very wholesome individual, and that's like, yeah, I want to eat that up, right? But anyway, Queen of Wands prides herself on how she looks, how she carries herself, how she interacts with people. So the way you carry yourself is definitely something that people find very attractive about you. And that ties into everything that I've been saying thus far, right? The way you cook for yourself, the way you eat, the way you act, the way you don't believe in violence, you don't believe in eating animal byproducts, whatever, blah, 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 blah. All those things tie into you have like a very high self-view of yourself, a very high view of how anywho, I'm gonna move on because I just keep getting confused, right? People could want to get closer to learn more about how you live your life, because you being how you are could confuse them, and the confusion they feel like turns them on and intrigues them. They want to know more. Okay, but let's keep going to find out more about my group. Ooh, 3, please. I'm sitting here debating if I should do a group 4. I don't think I'm going to do a group 4. That's too many groups for me today. Okay, please, Spirit, tap me into the energy. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Look at the cards acting up. Here we have consolation. Look at how he's literally like praying or looking up to an angel in the card. Yep. Look how we have, we're not going to use that, but I saw the cutest little kitty. So maybe you're giving like black cat or just cat energy. And cats are very mischievous. Sometimes they're a little, you know, dopey, you know, especially the orange tabby cat child. Don't even get me started, right? But then there are also some cats who give high and mighty vibes and holier than thou vibes. And like prissy is the vibe, the word that's coming through, right? Let me see if I can find the cat that I just saw. I'm sure you have seen it before. Maybe you haven't, but there's like a specific cat in this set that kind of always gives me like, yeah, it's giving rich cat. Look at that. This cat is like, I'm better than you, right? This cat is definitely thinking that. And cats are most definitely do. Cats are like, give me now. Dogs are like, please, 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 can I get this? Can I get this? Can I get that? Can I get this? Cats are like, give this to me now or else, right? Excuse me. Here we have joyfulness. Yes, your joyfulness. Maybe you like to console people as well. But just your good, bright energy is very strong. Here we have prison. Oh my. Maybe you're the kind of person that goes to prisons and reads to inmates so they don't feel so lonely. Or you go to prisons to preach the Lord's message. Or to, you know, introduce them to spirituality. Maybe you send them like letters and stuff. Here we have conversation. Yeah, some of y'all choose other groups. Well, there's not that many others to choose from. Y'all chose either group 1 or group 2. At the bottom of the deck, we have, what is this? A wedding. Interesting. A wedding. So yeah, I've been like very giddy, very joyful vibes from you with this joyfulness card coming through. And even before that, it was coming through, honestly. So that's confirmation. We have consolation. You like to console people, okay? But you're also definitely someone who's praying for the benefit of other people. And I think that's kind of what monks do, is it not? They like pray for everyone else. Don't quote me on that, but that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. You're the kind of person who would do that. You're going to the prisons to console the people who are crying down on their luck, you know. You can still change your life. You have enough time. Like I said, in New York, there's specific people who be on the train like, Jesus is coming. Forgive yourself to him now. And like, you know, just, is it fear-mongering? I'm not saying you're fear-mongering, but that's what these people are doing. Like, you still have time to give your life over to Jesus. He's coming. He's going to be here soon. I'm just like, huh? Like, don't do that. That kind of energy, you're the person who's like I said, Jehovah's Witness, you're not scared of going and knocking on a few doors and saying, do you want to know more about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? And you're like, oh, okay, sure, right? But at the end of the day, it's just giving very pure energy, right? Well-meaning. Anyway, and then we have conversation. So definitely, like I said, chatty is definitely a vibe coming through. Maybe you stumble over your words, or maybe you don't, but look at how she's chatting. Let me show it to you better. She's talking. Ooh, wrong card. Thank you. And everyone's like holding on to her every word. So talking is like one of your strong suits. I'm also hearing bringing people together is also very something that turns people on about you. Some of you have like very round heads. Very round heads. You can wear like a lot of like diamonds or crystals, pearls. There could be something here about a birthstone coming through. That's something that you wear often, okay? I'm still hearing a raspy voice. Like if any of you have, and it's funny because she's also like, you know, partially Asian. She's part like half Vietnamese. 𝐓𝐶𝐮𝐦𝐈𝐻𝐿's daughter, her voice is just like naturally raspy. It's the cutest thing ever. I'm trying to remember her name. Is her name Coco, or I think they call her Coco, but her name is something else. Like her full name is something. But she's the cutest little thing. Like the baby 𝐓𝐈𝐻𝐿 and Jeezy's baby. Her voice is just like so naturally like raspy. Right? And she's like so smart, and she's like just so intelligent for her age, and she's like learning Vietnamese and English at the same time, and like she picks up things with her head is like very round. But you know what I mean? That's kind of coming through as well. Her raspy little voice, the cutest little thing ever. Anything else coming through for you? That's not what I'm getting though. I hope this reading resonated. Maybe you have like a very I don't want to say like a rough and gruff vibe to you, because that's not what I was getting at all. But prison kind of gives me that. You know, you're kind of like hardcore, and not in a way where you like beat somebody up, but like you're very strong. You've been through something. Maybe some of you have been to prison, and that's stuff that's attractive about you. But you turned your life around. You know what I mean? Gave your life to Jesus, if you will. That kind of thing. That would make sense with this constellation coming through in prison. You like, gave yourself to the higher power, the spirit, when you were like going through something in your life, and then it led to you being more joyful and happy with the joyfulness coming through here. And now you kind of speak about it and spread the word, and that's very attractive. You have a message to, give the world, and that's something that people like love, they think that's sexy. Okay? I'm hearing Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson as well. And Michael is also this kind of energy as well, so that could be coming through. Very much, the world needs to be a better place for our kids, for our kids' kids. Earth song coming through, heal the world, Man in the Mirror. Like, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Like, you're very big on those topics. Things that, like, benefit everyone. And not even just benefit, things that affect all of us. Not just one race, not just one people. Us as a race, human race. Racism. We're not taking care of the earth. Like, those things are going to affect everybody if you don't get it together, right? That's the energy coming through, right? So I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Now I'm hearing Kaleidoscope by, what's her name? Life is a kaleidoscope. Chaperone. That could be coming through. So maybe you're like you dress up like her, or you act like her, or something. Just something stands out about you. But that song could be important. Give it a listen. And I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Peace out.